Born and raised, Auburn is all I've ever known. Auburn is known for educating the whole child, specifically teaching them tactics like how to be vigilant and how to look out for themselves. Come with me, Marlee Ledbetter, as I experience firsthand and discuss with experts the concept of safety and knowledge.
We always like to think there's good in everybody, but unfortunately crime's occurring every day and everywhere. Stuff up. Things can happen.
Nobody is immune from the world, and things that can happen.
Unfortunately, there's just bad people that live in the world, and you can never be trained too much to be vigilant, to be safe.
So I think people are aware of the crime that's going on, but people just get complacent going, hey, it's not going to happen to me, or it's not going to happen in my neighborhood or my city.
For my first expert, I spoke to Lieutenant Jonathan Lay.
Well, I've been a police officer full-time since July of 1997. I spent 16 years in patrol, and then I've been up here in community services for about 4 years. And I'm the lieutenant over training, recruiting, community services, all the school resource officers in Auburn City Schools.
I then went to Auburn High School and spoke to Bo Morrissey.
I'm the assistant principal of Auburn High School. I'm in charge of a lot of different things, but one of the things I'm in charge of is safety for the campus at the high school level.
And for my last expert, I spoke to Auburn University's Haven Hart.
So I work at Auburn University, and I'm the assistant vice president for student development. So I work with sororities and fraternities, student conduct, the Auburn Cares program, and then health promotion and wellness services.
The city and the university, I know, has stepped it up for safety, so to say. They've increased lighting on Magnolia and College Street, but it goes throughout the whole city.
Okay, so there's not a great way to deliver safety to high school in the sense of keeping students safe off campus, like when they're not here from 8 to 3:20 every day.
We have about 26,000 or so students at Auburn University, and only about 5,000 of them live on campus. But, the rest of them, many of them live very close to campus, and so whether they're attending class during the day or night, whether they're on campus or off campus, they're our students. So we want to always make sure they're safe and know what they need to do to be safe.
One of the things and initiatives we did this year was we brought in an outside group, the vigilance group, to help try to teach our students live safely in a dangerous world. That's their tagline. And so the thought was, okay, so we feel like our students are pretty safe here during the day, but what are we doing to protect them when they leave us? What are they doing to protect them when they're at home? What are we doing to protect them when they go off to college or go into the workforce? Do we feel like we have done our due diligence there? And my thought was, what can we bring in to help them? And we came across the vigilance group, and this group taught just a lot of different safety tips, how to be vigilant, how to be aware of your surroundings, but then also some self-defense type things that you could use if you ever did get in a situation that you were not, a situation where you had to try to defend yourself. And so we were super excited for the school system to pay for that.
Well, we offer, and I mentioned just briefly, but we have a rape aggression defense, which is RAD, and we teach that through the City Parks and Recreation Department. We offer it as a community class. The university also teaches it for a college credit. And any female 13 years and older can go through it. Of course, university, you have to be an enrolled university student, but Southern Union also has it. And those are classes, obviously they're self-defense specifically just for women, to teach self-defense physical techniques, but a lot of it's just education. We talk just about crime prevention tips and how women can be empowered to be able to defend yourself. So that's one class. As well, we also teach active shooter threats or critical incident threats, so you would know how to respond in the event of for example, a shooting in a mall or at a high school, at a church, what to do and how to defend yourself in that manner. We offer a Citizens Public Safety Academy usually once a year. That just gives them a lot of insight and tips. We just teach the public and show them all the aspects of public safety through police, fire, communications, and codes.
Another thing that separates Auburn from other places would be their involvement in students' lives. They have many different resources put in place for students to use and take advantage of, including many regarding safety at the high school and college levels.
But we also want to make sure through our Auburn Cares program that students know about resources available to them on campus, off campus, and we want to do everything we can to make sure that student gets what he or she needs.
We definitely have things built in where principals and counselors can report things to different agencies if it needs to go that way, to make sure and ensure students are safe if something has happened to them. We are mandatory reporters, so if a situation arises that I have to report to the next agency, maybe that's a THR or something like that, I'm required by law to do those things. So we do have some of those built in.
So we, through our Camp War Eagle program in the summer and then just throughout the year, talk about student safety in a number of different ways. We talk about it in terms of always making sure they notify their friends about where they're going, which may seem a little bit intrusive, but it's important. If they're going to go to the library to study by themselves, or if they're going to go somewhere, or if they're going to go out of town, that they've notified at least one person about where they're going.
Of course, students is a large range, obviously, for elementary school, junior high, high school, and then we're in a collegiate town. Again, we address it in different manners because the younger the student, we have to bring it to a different level. But usually by junior high and high school, we teach just about personal safety. Knowing who you're with, don't take things for granted that you think you know somebody, and you never know what their motives are.
I think it's just important, you got to remember when we were all 16, 17, 18 year old at some point. So, I feel like there's, for high school students, there's a couple things like, I hear my parents tell me this all the time. They tell me not to do this, tell me not to do this. So, the school system's really looking into ways to try to beef that up. I think you see that with the new building we built. Like, it is built with safety in mind. There's only, this school system, or this school here has 50-something exterior doors, where the new building you're only going to have 5 or 6 entry points, and that's it. It's going to be a lot safer of an environment.
So we've debated, gosh, students have cell phones, but we're keeping those blue phones around because you never know if a student's cell phone battery is dead, or if they're walking and they just want to call for help without being obvious about calling on the phone. So they are great opportunities to alert people in charge to come to the scene and investigate something. But from there, a student can actually call or press a button and notify 911 that there's an emergency. And the call operator will know where the call is coming from. So they'll see that it's coming from, their GPS configured. So they will see that it's coming from the particular call boxes. Another thing, though, that I'd love to touch on, Marlee, is about bystander intervention. And it's a concept that the notion of it is, to take care of your friends. Or, if a student is kind of walking into a path of something that is going to be dangerous, or in a relationship that's going to be dangerous, or what have you, not just standing back in the background and hoping that the student's going to be okay, actually intervening in a situation. And we actually have, all kinds of tools and scripts that we give students on how to have those tough conversations with friends, or how to intervene when it seems uncomfortable. That's just a really important message that we try to tell students now, is safety is also about taking care of those you care about.
I never realized until the making of this documentary how much safety is considered in everything. Student safety concerns are at the roots of anything involving the university or the high school. Any city can stress safety in numbers, but few actually address safety in knowledge the way that Auburn does.